It's like 7 a.m. I just finished journaling a little bit. And I said, why don't I just make a video about this? Sometimes writing stuff down on the paper is definitely the most effective way, at least for me, to get, what's in my head to actually, be more physical. Once you write it down, it becomes real. It's not just a thought in my head, at least. I do what works for me. You do what works for you. If you have a better idea, let me know. I'd love to hear it. But lately, I haven't been writing so much. I've had a ton of content been coming out, a ton of editing going on. It was Christmas, it was New Year's Eve. The journaling started to take a little backseat of my life. And I'm trying to be mindful of that and stay in the present moment and say, whoa. How come I'm not journaling right now? Let me check, let me look back at my papers and see how many days it's been since I've written down anything. So I'm looking. I missed probably 10 days of journaling, realistically. And then I started going back. And I start slow. When you're journaling, it's crazy because today what I was writing about is the first thing I wrote was, my hand is moving like it's stuck in mud. So if you've ever written before, or you've had a daily journal practice or a period of your life where you have journaled, you'll know what that means. Sometimes it just feels like your hand is stuck in mud when you're writing. And it's almost this out-of-body experience that you really can't describe it other than it's being stuck in mud. But if you know, if you've written or you're trying to write and you feel like your pen just isn't matching the speed of the thoughts in your head. Now, I have these ideas in my head that I want to put on the paper, but it just feels like there's a step missing. Like it's not 100% gelled. The fabric isn't stitching seamlessly from brain to pen to paper. So my question to you guys is it that simple? Yes, writing's therapeutic, writing's part of my life. I create content, I've been writing for years. But is it as simple as that? Is if you take a week off or 10 days off from the gym or working out or whatever you're practicing in life or from work, and then you go back into it. I remember this when I did construction or any type of job I've ever had in my life. It was almost better for me, for my beliefs, if I worked 7 days a week and never had that one day off. It was almost easier for me to work because having that one day off would just ruin me. It wasn't giving me enough time off. And then I'd have to go right back and I wasn't rested. I'm starting to see that in all areas of my life. I don't know how Walt Disney shirt, by the way. We love Disney World. I'm starting to see that in all areas of my life. Are we just the sum of our habits? Because something as simple as journaling, that I know I get a tremendous amount of, I get a lot out of it, right? I'm a better person because of it. It helps me tremendously. But as I'm writing and my hand feels like it's stuck in mud, is writing just another extension of my life, of who I am and just a habit that I've created and that it happens to be a positive one for me. So when I miss it, it's like anything else. If you don't brush your teeth for 2 weeks, your teeth are gonna be dirty. It'll take a couple of weeks. It might take 2 months to get back to where you were 2 weeks ago. So I'm being mindful of these things, of these thoughts, of these ideas in my head. I'm saying to myself, is writing like any other habit? The more you do it, the easier it gets. I mean, I just wrote this morning. Then to what end is it just another habit? Are we really just the sum of our habits? Whew. That's a deep one right there. I've been asking myself this lately. Am I just the sum of my habits? Am I really enjoying this coffee, or am I just drinking it because I have coffee every morning? I don't know. That's what I love about philosophy, human nature. I like to think about these questions. I like to ponder stuff. I don't want to just take things as face value, even for myself. I mean, I'm critical about myself more than anyone else is. Nobody cares if I'm having coffee right now, if I don't journal, or I don't do this, or I don't do that. But I want to know, because I love human nature, what makes me do the things that I do. You know, what makes me create these daily habits for me? Is it because I feel pleasure with them? Why do you guys create habits for yourself? For good or for worse? Is it for the pleasure? Is it for that instant gratification? I know I put this hat on because it makes me feel great. I mean, that's just the sad truth of it. But my hair's a mess. You know, I'm almost 40. But is my hair a mess? Some people might say, oh, your hair looks great. Hat looks stupid. But for whatever reason, I stuck the hat on. Right now, I'm into bucket hats. I like the furry stuff, you know, nice and soft. Are we just the sum of our habits? It's a good question. I like that question. Are we only as good as our word? Whew. Your word means everything. But then who does it mean everything to? The relationships you've created with people around you, the relationship you have with yourself. We give the power to our word. If you say you're gonna be there, be there. But if you're not, you're not. And if someone else agrees to your word, you're creating this relationship that they expect you to be there. First of all, you expect it to be for yourself. What about when you don't show up in yourself? I had a rough New Year's Eve. I definitely wasn't showing up for myself at all. Never mind anybody else. But nevertheless, here we are pondering life's accoutrements, for better or for worse. Who judges us when we slip up? You know, when you walk in a room and you don't think your shirt fits, or this is wrinkled, people aren't even paying attention. We create these thoughts in our head. That's why I gotta put this pen to this paper more and get these thoughts out of my head, because I judge myself way too hard. I was just reading a little excerpt from what I wrote. Each thought I pulled from my head into this pen, although I strongly judge myself and I agree with it to some extent, why does the pen struggle? What I'm saying is, I have these strong feelings in my head. I want to get them out there. I want to express myself. I want to be creative about what I'm saying. Why is it so hard to put on the paper? Why is my hand moving so slow this morning? I want to know, does this happen to any of you guys out there that do journaling, schedule, write stuff down? That's what I'm really curious about here. Not to make it so complicated, but that's where this discussion went. The struggles of our habits, however small or so big, even pleasurable habits that make us smile, that increase our dopamine, that we know are great for ourselves. Why sometimes are they a struggle? I love this. I put this out there to everybody. This is a short video I made this morning. It's 7:20 in the morning. I like doing these. This is like therapeutic for me. I'm gonna make more of these. Let me know if you like them. If you don't like them, I like doing them. I haven't been doing them enough, so I'm gonna do some more. But yeah, writing down your thoughts in the morning, at nighttime. Does anyone just wake up in the middle of the night and start writing stuff down? I have that thought all the time. I don't know why for me this journaling is kind of one and done. You know, I try to schedule it in the morning. I try to do it in the morning. I'm most awake in the morning. Last night I slept terrible. I slept like shit. I was up till almost 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, just, watching mindless TV shows. And then I just got up. It was like 5 o'clock. And I said, oh, maybe I'll try to get another hour of sleep. 6 a.m. I said, I'm getting up, Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes our bodies don't need a lot of sleep. I don't know if that means you're stressed out. I really don't know what it means. Anyone out there have any sleeping issues that they, sometimes I feel better the less I sleep. And then sometimes if I'm going into a funk or I'm getting into a depressive state of mind, I'll sleep till there's no end. I don't understand. My body operates in these extreme highs and these extreme lows. That's why I'm trying to find balance in my life. Has anyone else had any experience with this? Ooh, if you can find any form of balance, be grateful for it. Ooh, finding balance is a beautiful, beautiful thing in any aspect of your life. This coffee, horrendous. I don't know why I'm even drinking it, because it's just a habit, but I guess I want the caffeine. Listen, we all have our addictions. Just remember to be kind to yourself. We all have our issues. We all have our struggles. We're all human beings. I want to learn. I want to grow. Please feel free to comment. Throw me any ideas, any topics, anything we can create dialogue on as far as philosophy, human nature, and of course, Disney World. I mean, I know people out there they gotta have these same ideas, these same thoughts. I can't be the only one. But that's it for this morning, guys. I'm Franco, packed and ready to go. Remember to be kind to yourself. We gotta show ourselves more love and be nicer to the people around you in your life. But don't be afraid to say no. That's another idea. I should write that down now. A video about learning how to say no. Ooh, I wish I learned it sooner. You always learn shit the hard way, but yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. Remember to be kind, be humble, and stay blessed. And more importantly, be grateful. And don't forget, make sure you call your mother. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good day.